Hi, I'm Rika Brandon, and this week's quick tip is why now is the time to top grade. Now, that might seem a little counterintuitive when every time you open up your news app, it's telling you about the Great Resignation and that there is 4.6 million more jobs than people available to work them. I get it. However, as a recruiter, we are wired to see opportunities and look at things a little bit differently than you can do when you're in a hiring manager or a leadership role and having a million things on your plate that you're handling. So I'm going to share with you 3 reasons that this is the time to look at top grading your team. The first one is that your underperformers and toxic employees are very easy to spot right now. You know, they are the ones who are complaining about everything. They're poisoning the well. They're building up trouble. So those are our toxic ones, which are, generally the sooner we can get rid of them, the better for the business and for all the coworkers. You don't want to keep them too long because then you start to lose great employees because they feel like nothing is ever going to change how that toxic employee behaves. So the second thing is your underperformers are very visible. You can see the people that aren't carrying their weight. Coworkers are having to step up. And the real undercurrent here is when we keep underperforming people or toxic people, we put at risk our great employees because they don't see any changes, they don't see any consequences, and they don't see a path in the future where that person isn't going to be there. So they start to think about what other paths they can choose for themselves, and they start to think about making changes. So I encourage you to not just rest on your laurels and say, hey, a body's a body. We need a warm body in the chair, because it costs you things. Not immediately, of course, but it definitely builds up. And we're coming into the end of a couple of really long and challenging years. So people's tanks are a little bit more empty than usual. So that's the first reason. It's really easy to see your underperformers and your toxic employees and identify them. And it is almost certainly visible to all their coworkers. The second thing is, in the last few years, your business has changed and evolved rapidly. We have been brought into working from home. We have been brought into making do with less. We've had supply chain issues. We've had a ton of stuff going on, right? So the businesses have been forced to evolve and adapt. What that does is it creates an opportunity for you to look at your business needs and look at those current employees and think, you know what? I'm not sure we really need this role anymore. Maybe it's a slightly different role, but a different person, right? So when you're thinking about that and you're looking at those underperformers and it feels a little tricky, really thinking about how the business has evolved and grown and what the business needs moving forward and looking to see if you have the people on your team that can fill that, right? So I want you to think about that because that change and evolution is important. Also, sidebar, I talk about this a lot, but make sure you're reviewing and updating your job descriptions before you're replacing people, because sometimes those go years and years and years without anyone actually looking over them and thinking, is that really what we need to do anymore? Or has BizTrack or Woodware changed that entirely? And that now takes 10 minutes instead of 4 hours. So I want you to make sure you're reviewing that and making sure it truly is a part-time job or a full-time job in most cases. And it hasn't shifted enough that really maybe you're under hiring or you're giving a full-time job that really is something that's 25 hours a week. So with that, the third reason is that people don't feel valued and appreciated right now. And if you look around your own company and you see that, I encourage you to fix that. However, it also means people are much more open to hop on a job board and see what's out there, return a call from a recruiter, return an email message from you, and get back to you about what the opportunity is. Now, it doesn't mean that people are just leaving for the sake of leaving of something different. In fact, I would dare say that people are more selective about making a change now than they were in the past because they are freshly aware that they want their work to have more meaning, they want work-life balance, and they want to have a culture where they feel valued and appreciated. So the 3 reasons I should say that now is the time to top grade. The first one is your underperformers and toxic employees are visible. They're easy to spot, as is the frustration and damage they're doing to other coworkers. The second thing is your business has changed and evolved a lot in the last few years. And it's a really good time to really look at your team and your team members and your business needs and make sure they're still in alignment. The third thing is people don't feel valued and appreciated right now. And that, of course, is a danger if it's in your own house, but it's an opportunity if you're looking to have people learn more about working with you. So these are the 3 reasons that I think now is the time to top grade. Of course, at Building Gurus, we'd love to help you do that. Feel free to reach out to us at buildinggurus.com/discovery to learn how we can help you win at recruiting and retention. And we look forward to connecting with you. But for now, remember to always look for the opportunity in the challenge.